Alright, so before anybody starts talking crazy in the comments, let me explain what happened here because the scoreboard says 5-2, but the actual match felt way more intense than that. I loaded into this Roblox Rivals 1v1 expecting a normal game. I wasn't trying to prove anything, I wasn't recording some world championship, and I definitely wasn't expecting to be sitting here talking about it afterward. I just wanted to play a quick match and see what happened. The first fight starts and I'm immediately thinking, okay, this guy is actually decent. You can usually tell pretty quickly when someone knows what they're doing. He wasn't standing still, he wasn't making weird plays, and he wasn't just running directly at me hoping for the best. He was moving around, taking angles, and actually trying to think about what he was doing. So right away I knew this wasn't going to be one of those free wins where I could just turn my brain off. Then I got the first kill. Nothing crazy. Just a normal kill. If the game ended there, I probably would have forgotten the match 10 minutes later. But then we fought again, and somehow I managed to get another clean shot. At that point I'm feeling pretty good, but not confident enough to start celebrating. I've played enough games to know that the second you think you've got everything under control is usually the exact moment everything falls apart. The thing that made this match funny was that every fight felt important. There weren't any free points. Every time we saw each other, it felt like one of us was about to do something stupid or something amazing. There was no in-between. We'd spot each other, start shooting, start moving around, and for a few seconds my entire focus would be on not embarrassing myself. And then he started jumping everywhere at me. The moment I killed him, all my confidence disappeared. Instantly. Gone. Doesn't matter that I was still winning. Doesn't matter that I had the lead. The second that kill showed up on the scoreboard, my brain immediately started creating the worst possible scenario. I was already imagining the comeback. I was already imagining losing. I was already imagining him clipping me and posting it somewhere with a caption about how he destroyed me. That's how gaming works. You can be winning and still somehow convince yourself you're about to lose. So after that kill, I locked in a little more. Suddenly every movement mattered. Every peek mattered. Every shot mattered. I wasn't just casually playing anymore. I was fully invested in a Roblox 1v1 like somebody had my family hostage. Then we ran into each other again. Another fight. Another exchange. Another moment where both of us are trying our hardest not to mess up. And somehow I managed to win it. At this point I'm feeling better, but not comfortable. Not even close. Because this guy was still dangerous. Every time I saw him, I knew there was a chance I could lose the fight if I made one bad decision. Then he got me again. Now I'm actually nervous. Not fake nervous. Real nervous. The score is still in my favor, but now he's got 2 kills and suddenly I'm thinking, alright, if I start missing shots, this could get ugly really fast. The funny thing is that if somebody watched the raw clip without hearing my thoughts, they'd probably think I was completely calm the entire time. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there having a full internal panic attack every time he appears on my screen. I'm overthinking every angle. I'm overthinking every movement. I'm overthinking every shot. Meanwhile, this guy keeps showing up ready for another fight. And honestly, I respect that. A lot of players start playing scared when they're behind. He didn't. Every time he came back, he looked like he genuinely believed he was about to win the next fight. And honestly, that's probably what made the match fun. Nobody was hiding. Nobody was stalling. Nobody was running away. It was just fight after fight after fight. The weird part is that at some point my headshots started feeling automatic. I don't even know how to explain it. Usually my aim is about as reliable as a shopping cart with one broken wheel. Some days I can't hit anything. Some days I miss shots that should be physically impossible to miss. But today, for whatever reason, my crosshair woke up and decided it wanted to become the greatest player in Roblox history. Every important fight seemed to end with me somehow landing a clean shot right when I needed it. I wasn't planning it. I wasn't calculating anything. I was basically surviving off panic and luck. But somehow it worked. The closer the score got to 5, the more pressure I felt. You'd think getting closer to winning would make things easier. It doesn't. It makes everything worse. Because now you're thinking about the finish line. Now you're thinking about not throwing. Now you're thinking about all the ways you could accidentally lose a game you should have won. Every missed shot feels huge. Every mistake feels huge. Every fight feels huge. And then the final fight happened. We saw each other. We started shooting. My heart rate immediately doubled for absolutely no reason. For a few seconds it felt like the entire match came down to that one moment. One good shot. One mistake. One tiny difference. And then it happened. The shot connected. The kill registered. The scoreboard popped up. 5-2. Game over. And honestly, I didn't jump out of my chair. I didn't start celebrating. I didn't scream. I just sat there laughing. Because somehow a random Roblox Rivals 1v1 had turned into the most dramatic experience of my day. The scoreboard only shows 5-2. It doesn't show me panicking. It doesn't show me overthinking. It doesn't show me convincing myself I was about to throw every 30 seconds. It doesn't show how every fight felt way closer than it probably looked. All it shows is the final result. A win. A good match. A couple nice headshots. And one guy who definitely made me work a lot harder for that victory than the scoreboard is ever going to admit. So shout out to him. He got his kills. He kept the pressure on. He never gave up. But on this particular day, my crosshair apparently decided to have the greatest performance of its entire career, and that's probably the only reason I'm sitting here talking about a 5-2 win instead of explaining how I got reverse swept in a Roblox game. Skull direct hit, trophy loudly crying face.